Y'all are such an awesome bunch, man. Y'all really, really are. I love y'all, man. Y'all are cool. Y'all
You
are
see why I haven't gotten certified yet? Because I was afraid that I was going to lose them. So that's why.
Keep doing this. But for those who are like really not able to meet the deadline, you can just join in on any future group coaching. You're never locked out. So
Thank
you.
Yeah. And I want to thank you so much, girl.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Have been phenomenal through this whole process. I'm about to cry for real, so I'm gonna be quiet.
Mom, you're gonna make me cry.
I love you. I love you.
And then I'll be crying. We're all gonna be crying. So
oh, thank you so much. Here I was just yeah, you making me
I want to put it out there, so I want to thank you.
Oh, that's really nice. Thank you. No, I need to turn my camera off for a second. I'll be right back.
But I'm really I'm excited. I'm going to get this done. I've been utilizing everything I'm learning.
Hello. Hey, everybody. Hi, happy Monday. 2 seconds before I put my camera on, I moved and I unplugged some of my lighting. So that's why there was a little delay. And so I would have looked like I was sitting in the dark, like a extra crazy woman. So, hi, how are you? How y'all doing today? I hope that you had a great weekend. Okay, always gotta do a little quick brief sound check. Drop a hi. Let me know where you are tuning in from. If you are on Facebook or if you are on YouTube or whatever. Okay. And today I want to go over the Microloc Mastery Certification process. Share how that process looks. We get a lot of questions. Answer some frequently asked questions. There are, the weekend is never long enough, but with these skills we talk about, you can hopefully create your own weekends, because I'm telling you, when I started doing this, I hated Mondays working the traditional way, so I never worked on Mondays after I started creating my own business. I was like, what's gonna help alleviate stress in my life? I hate Mondays, so I'm not gonna work on Mondays. That's just something I personally did, but hi, Panama City, Florida. But okay. Keep dropping in the comments and letting me know where you're watching from. I'll do my quick intro. I'm Jessica, founder of Naturally Beautiful Hair Care and Microloc Mastery. I created Microlocks to address the needed innovations that were missing and make upgrades to small micro-sized locks 15 years ago, when there was primarily sister locks. I teach the tools, the systems, and the methods that will give you the best results. I train you on a solid foundation, not just training you to a tool or confinement to products that may or may not give you your best results. So I give you a foundation. I have a little script. I give you a foundation and knowledge base to pull from so that you can add that, right, to your existing knowledge base in order to create effective solutions and high quality results. So, not training you to be robotic, but to be a highly skilled, I'm just adding this ad libbed, highly skilled, you know how to innovate, navigate, and use what works best for you and your clients. Um, as a I'm a licensed social worker and I'm a former faculty at Columbia University and student before I graduated from there as well. I take my knowledge on creating curriculum and supporting students through curriculum to create Microloc Mastery and how to apply learning milestones and really create an effective learning system. There's my fusion as a social worker and a little background of me in creating this. So these skills have been something I use to carry me through unemployment, through saving a lot of money on knowing how to do my hair and also create innovations that didn't exist. So I like to share that information and knowledge to others so that you too can use these skills to create whatever form of success for yourself. Oh, I just clicked it in and say hi back. Hi, Nicole from Houston, Texas. All right. So my intro. So a lot of people, we have a deadline coming up. Next week, we start our new group that are going to go through this certification process in real time. But the program is designed to be done anytime you'd like. So if someone were to enroll today, next week, whatever the case is, they can start essentially right away. It's instant access. The only thing you really wait for are your supplies. And as long as you fill out your forms, you get your supplies delivered right to you. I'll go over that process a little bit more, but I also want to explain why I believe certification in a really credible, solid program is really important. I think most people can assume you have other fields where people get certified in, and you start to understand when you have, let's say you have a not so pleasant experience, you start to understand all the checks and balances that are put in place with a really great certification program so that it eliminates or it reduces the risk of you having things go wrong, or it keeps a standard of quality, and it also is accountability measures so that it's not just the wild, wild west of things. Like if I got contractors to work on my house, I may find someone cheap, but if something goes really, really wrong, I'm I want to curse. I'm aid out. Like I'm not. I was gonna say asked out. You basically have to find a way to fix that because you went with a route that wasn't giving you that kind of insurance and protection. And so it's kind of similar in a sense to that. So I want to go over some of our criteria, some of our process. Hi, Nia from the DMV. Nia is one of our certified Microloc Mastery certified pros. Well, very much needed in the DMV. I'm glad you are there because some of the people in the DMV are coming back up this way to people here to fix things. So one of the reasons why I wanted to create this certification program, although I've been training on Microloc certification with the first Microloc certification class in 2009, 2010, it was to provide an option that filled in the gaps of what was needed. So it was more of I want people to have this knowledge base and these standards so we can get really great results and make it different. At that time, I wanted to make sure that I was different from Sister Locks in a sense where, yeah, I have a tool, but you don't have to, you're not going to get sued or if you don't use the tool and you call it something out. Like I didn't like any of that. I felt that that was actually very limiting and restrictive because people were ending up with problems. They were scared to find a way to address without risk of losing. It was just a lot. So I said, no, let's eliminate all of that and allow people to be able to be innovative and creative and find ways and incorporate ways to make the locks stronger, to make them last longer. I always say I'm going to sit back a little because I'm so close to the camera sometimes. And so that was one of the reasons why this program started, how this program started. Microloc Mastery formally developed in 2019, but the same standards I taught through Naturally Beautiful Hair Care existed in the very first Microloc certification program. I want to reiterate that because these are not these are foundational methods that we have long-term results for. We have people that are using these techniques that are going into over a decade of real results, walking around with their hair still very beautiful and strong. So I'm going to get into a little bit of why the certification program My certification is important. And so, and what we teach. So, I know some of you have seen, look at him, a little slow. All right, y'all. It's a video playing. I'm trying to share it and it's moving really slow. Don't play with me. Okay. And so when people are submitting their work, play it again. We have a process of mannequin, right? You incorporate, I might be choppy, I apologize. They show the skill from root to tip. I'm very, very adamant about certain criteria that we have in our certification process. If any of you tuned in to any of our past trainings, including the free 3-day training, I talk about these foundational techniques. And I also talk about what would make a highly skilled professional in micro-sized locks. I'm not just talking about a general loctician, which are very great and they could have this knowledge on the micro realm, but it doesn't always automatically mean it translates over. And also there's just a knowledge base that are fundamentals for people who have been doing this work for extended period of time understand. And so we want to make sure that we give people the best foundation possible. Starting out with, practicing on the mannequin. That's very key for you to take your time, for you to understand the techniques. After I do the live video, okay? All right. And my daughter just got her ears pierced. She's one of my models. If you ever saw a little girl in a lot of my footage, it's my daughter. Hi, Leland, North Carolina. And so I feel that, I'm going to make myself a little bigger. Okay. I talked about just distinguishing certification and how it's important for people to say if you're in a program, say that program as opposed to Microloc certification, because that means pretty much nothing. And also you don't want to have conflicts come up down the line with some terminology that's already been protected. So we say Microloc Mastery Certification to denote that people have been trained through our system. And we feel that it's important to receive the certification in our program. I can only speak for my program, is that it ensures that standards are met. We have several pages of standards that we include in the program, and it tells you what the standards should be for each section. So like for the parting, for the actual quality of the lock, for even how you conduct the consultation or an assessment. So there are multiple page standards. It's really pretty easy to read, but it's thorough. And that's what we use to check against people that submit. I will let you know in a few moments the different ways that people can be certified, because there isn't just one way. You don't have to just get certified in a program in one way. So as long as the standards are met and we can endorse the quality work, that's really all that's important. I don't know what Tripoli is. Someone said they're watching from Tripoli. So it increases consistency. So when we have a basic standard that we've been using going on a decade and a half, that we have consistent results, that we've measured, that we've seen and improved upon, when people are using those same standards, no matter what the hair type, even their skill level, you can still expect there to be some type of consistency in the results. Of course, individual person skills really matter. If someone's been doing something a little bit longer or have a different skill set, they could have some slightly different results. But we want to make sure that people that come through the program that are certified have met these minimum requirements that show that they've met this certain level of quality. And which we wanted to be a higher quality, the great install picture. Y'all, I'm sorry if my reception is acting up. I just saw it did something weird. But y'all, let me know in the comments if you hear any, what's going on, and I'll see if I can make the reception better somehow. So just let me know. So I'm also don't want to talk and you can't hear me. So just let me know. Demonstration of knowledge. Who's to say you really know what you know, unless there's people that can say, no, she knows what she knows. We've seen her work. I'm gonna refer you to Nia or Nicole or who. I don't see any other names that could come through on this end. It was glitching. Thank you. All right. We're going to have a switch to Spectrum. I'm a switch from Spectrum Day because I swear I think it's Spectrum. Is it because it's doing it on both computers I use? Connection to more opportunities. So I where I am because I was given an opportunity, because another Black woman had a thank goodness I connected with um a person that was willing to share her gifts and see me grow and really support me, because I feel like that's the kind of support we need to do with each other. We don't need to be fighting. Oh Lord, we don't need to be going at it. We need to be the ones to give each other opportunities to support each other. And so me with my social work background, I'm thinking on a larger scale. I'm constantly thinking on a larger scale of what I wanted. And it always is cash flow and grants and business support. That's like constantly what I feel I've always to this very moment needed. And so other people also I see would appreciate opportunities to make more income. So, hey, job opportunities if you want to work with us for paid, opportunities for more business support, for more grants and funding. So that's also where my head is in, as a social worker with this kind of business. So, my background is, is unique to me, but that's how I fuse it to this, because I feel that ultimately empowerment can come through this program. That's why I get very passionate about people intentionally trying to take advantage, because it's contradicting how powerful these skills can be, how powerful creating a business with this kind of certification can be, and how powerful it is to stand up for standards and stand up for quality and say at the end of the day, down the line, your work is going to stand out when it's done well. The people whose hair you've done, whose hair you've been able to rehab, your own hair is going to be able to stand the test of time. And that's really powerful. And there's so much that could come out of that. So yeah. And I always feel like the Microloc certification program, the first certification program standards, I would question people and tell people to really research, if you want something long-term and something that is going to be around, and a program that's going to be around, because we've had legal stuff and the programs don't exist because you have to make things unique, and you have to really make a really solid ethical business and not copy or take or do things without doing your due diligence. And some things have happened, and I would hate for people to invest into something or think that they are getting the level of quality of training, and then they're finding their results are going, or it's just a lot. So I've always wanted to brand Microlock as its own thing many years ago. So when I started the first Microlock trainings out of Brooklyn, there was the intention that this would be the certification program. People are popping up with all different things, but I'll just leave it there when it comes to legalities and different things. I just want people to be cautious. But I always say that our program is the real deal. If you want to know and have innovations, before I get to, hold on, I don't want to play that. Ooh. Sorry, trying to stop that so I can move on to the next screen. Okay. So we've enrolled. This is an older slide. There's over 150. We're knocking on 200 people in the main program. We've had people enroll in our smaller courses, like some people have the 3-day boot camp. A 3-day training, the boot camps. Those have been hundreds more. But when we talk about the main program, that's the program that gets you the certification. So if you see like a 3-day training or a boot camp, just know that those are not the certification. We believe certification does not take 1 day or 3 days. Full certification, it can take quick. It doesn't have to take forever. But we've designed it where you literally have to do an entire mannequin head. So this is one the student submitted. This hair is straight. The hair that we provide is not this straight, but a student, I think she bought another mannequin. And in the early days, I couldn't find Afro Kinky. We go way back to before Afro Kinky was like as popular as it is. So all the mannequins had like very little curl. But if you look at the size, you look at just how many And we want it done well. We want the parting to be well. We want the actual lock to be well root to tip. It's something that I don't think many people can rush in a day. If you demonstrate us that you have knowledge of the technique, that's one aspect. Great. You can create a lock root to tip using the technique. But, sorry, y'all, my nose is running a little. Oh, my tissues. But if you show me that you know how to do an entire head, and a mannequin is different from a person. She has different things, but it does require that you complete something. It does require that you show so many different things that come up in the parting, so many different things. So this size, I thought was a really good size. Actually, it's probably the size of mine. And this is old. This is a few years old. But when we get to the ends, and this is straight hair, so it's much harder, much, much, much harder to lock. But to see that a person is able to lock it all the way to the end shows skill. If someone, and we talk about red flags in our training, if someone is only doing the root and leaving a whole bunch of hair out, I always say that's a huge red flag. I don't know what method or technique they're pulling from. It has no foundational standard in anything that any micro-size locks have ever been done with before. Now, there are people who are a little less skilled and they say they did sister locks and they didn't. A lot of times I would repair when there was hair left out, even people who are trained in the sister lock company. That's something that they advise against as well. So that's not something that's innovative and going to get you great results. So I don't want people to be fooled. I've heard someone just get 1 or 2 rotations and have the hair out. And then some people were doing twist or braiding but we talk about how those techniques don't give the results that ultimately show professional quality. I say this as a disclaimer. If you are a DIYer and you want to do your own hair any way you want, I want you to do it any way you want, right? Do it. I can't tell you, and I don't want to tell you what to do with your own hair. But if you are moving into a professional space or you are in an educational space, I would like disclaimers to be put. That's what you did with your own hair. But professionals who are charging money or teaching people on those techniques are something that you have to be very cautious about. They've been very problematic for people in fixing. So let's say, okay, she has, let's say someone put braids and they're doing interlock roots. They're 2 different patterns. They're 2 different installs. They're actually, you're converting over braids to an interlock. They're not going to lock the same. Techniques that are done for larger size locks are not ideal. Some are not ideal for smaller size locks. That is something that I've found may have come out of, because sometimes people think locks are locks, or locticians can try to apply their knowledge base onto the smaller. And some know clearly, some are like, no, we already know it's a different world. We don't claim expertise in the small size. And really, really proficient locticians who don't do micro-size locks will tell you they won't do them if they don't have the formal training in them. So they're not going to apply, copy and paste those methods. My assumption, doesn't mean it's a fact, but I'm just from observing the 15 years of what I've been seeing, is that it came about, I believe, because people maybe didn't want to invest or didn't understand how important it was to lay that great foundation. So if they didn't know it, they thought, well, I could take a shortcut or I could just do it like this and it'll be just fine. And then it's going over and spilling into the professional realm. And that's where it's becoming a little dangerous, because people are investing thinking they're going to get a certain quality result. And they're like, what is happening? Why is this, not looking like that? Or you're doing interwoven at the root on a small lot. You cannot have it do all types of funky things and pull it through that base. I always say that. That's one of the main structural reasons why I feel if people take nothing, at least take that. Palm rolling is different. Hair left out and palm rolling is completely different. Bigger locks. So it's not always about, you can't have your ends out, whatever it's talking about on this size for this technique that most people are using at the root. And if you're doing palm rolling at this size, it's very, very weak. Yeah. They are not. I had to learn the hard way. Sorry. Hi, my eye. Hi, my eye. Oh my goodness. It's been so many years. My eye is a former client. Wow. And when I talk about, and she just come after having her baby. I don't know if I had my daughter by then. I think I had her, I was pregnant or something. So she really gave me a lot of insight into how postpartum effects in hormones and things affect hair growth as well. And I also experienced it as well. So you've been very, I don't know if you ever know that. My clients always give me these experiences, but I hope you're doing well. It's so good to see you. um, so let me get back to, I'll reference back some more if you have any questions about anything. I appreciate people being open-minded. I know it gets touchy when we talk about hair. I find out the hard way all the time on YouTube. Back in the day, I feel I'm being a little vindicated now. I used to talk about some of the differences between like what I was noticing with tools. And at the time, I feel like I was one of the first people talking about microlocks on YouTube in like 2010, 2011. And I used to get a lot of heat. I used to get not a lot. I actually had a lot of people appreciate what I was saying, but I knew that I was saying something that could have been controversial because Sister Locks was dominant and no one knew what the heck microlock and wasn't a word until down the line. And so I wanted people to know this information about what I was noticing and repairing. And so when I started talking about microlocks, and then people, it was just like, oh, child. But now I feel like it's such a different energy and people are more receptive because I think once you experience it, and I'm not saying like, oh, I told you so or anything. It's just more like if we have a more of an open mind, if we want information from different sources, I would say just be open-minded about it. Oh, thank you. Dang, I started your locks like 12 years ago. I can't remember. Thank you. Wow. I didn't know. See, I thought people don't watch me on YouTube anymore. I don't know. Listen, I just say I'm gonna show up anyway. I'm gonna show up, and let me show y'all a little bit more about the certification program. All right, so some of the other opportunities I was talking about. Oh, y'all. Funding. Listen, I know we already know if we had a different color, a hue to our skin, I feel like I'm not trying to blame, just say make excuses, but I see how hard it is as a Black woman to get funding for anything. And so I've went, and I took grant writing as well in Columbia. So I am like, no, it's time for me to use that Columbia degree I'm still paying for in grant writing in that space to secure funding so that we can be funders for ourselves because, Bobby, that's white, his father's giving him $1 million to start his business with. Whenever he has a slow month, he can get funneled easily in a couple 50K, and it's like, I want us to be able to support us. I believe so much about the power of hair and what we can do in this space. That's why I tell y'all, I just be cautious about money grabs because I go months sometimes like without having a lot of enrollments or whatever it is because people have money issues, but I'm still dedicated to being able to give people information and also being able to be, my goal is to be a speaking in the universe, like one of the top funders for these kind of businesses. So anyway, we do have opportunities to get small grants where I can give people small stipends and help support their business growth in this space. But I'm gonna tell you this, you have to master your skills. So that's why in conjunction with talking about opportunities through our program, opportunities to learn the skills, we have to master our skills because you don't want to just do bad work. I think, nobody wants that, I guess. So we have a lot of people who trained and, people submit their work. They give us updates sometimes, starting their own family members' hair, starting their grandmoms, their moms, which is really nice, or starting to take clients and proudly displaying their certificate. We give you can't see because it's bright. It's bright as heck. I don't know how to make it not bright. Oh, maybe if I do this. You can't see. Okay. Anyway, it says your name here, and then it says Microloc, mastery training and certification. So we do have different programs, and the program that you have been trained in will go on here. So the full training, and then there's some people that get retightening trainings, or some people that just get certification only, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute. Right. So I'll put that certificate back here. You can't see. Well, we'll go through the slides. Oh, wow. It was 12 years ago, and you got to run. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you so much for stopping in. I'm trying to make it quick. I can be a little wordy. So listen, if you're like me, I don't like boxes. Don't tell me that I can't do something that's going to create a better result. However, I say better result. So if I'm advising or telling y'all to avoid, ultimately do what you want. I feel like the biggest repercussions will be the results of people who are in a business space and they're doing things unethically. But if you're in a program and you're like, I do want to know and understand how tools affect so that I can make a choice that works for me. I do want some support in a supportive environment. I want to tell y'all that everyone is welcome in our program. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what race. I don't care what age. I don't care where you live. I don't care your status. You're welcome in this program. Well, I got chills because I know what it's like to have people try to make you feel like you're not, welcome, or have these little cliques or have these negative energy. We don't play that. I don't play that. Sorry, I don't. And be at the forefront of continuous innovation. I'm constantly finding ways to make things better. There was no option for a real viable option for reattachment and extending in 2009. I did my first full head Microloc extension client in 2009. She still has her locks, constantly working to improve it because that first head is never the best you can do. It's just you're starting it and you're like, okay, wait, I need to do this better. I was finding that I want these locks to be pliable. I don't want them to be stiff and hard. I'm not going to just take hair and wrap it. These are permanent. How can they look permanent? And I constantly worked all through each. So if we can make a seamless attached lock, tiniest of the sizes, right? Be strong and also mimic the hair that is attached to and the hair that is going to grow out. That's how I think, because the person that was people that were originally getting this wanted to have it blend in with their own hair. They didn't want to have a reason to not have locks. They wanted to keep locks. They didn't want to wear a wig, and they didn't want something to look fake. So that's the foundation for our extensions. If you want faux extensions and temporary, that's different. But if you want it to look and be like your hair, so that 10 years down the line, as you grow your own hair, that it blends in, sizing and everything, right? Our core programs, we have the essentials. The main program is the essentials training. I call it the essentials. Those are the essential things you need to know from A to Z. I'll walk you through the behind the scenes of the program in a moment, and you can see what it looks like when you sign up, when you log in, when you go through each, and then all the support you have. So if you're an introvert and you're like, I don't want to deal with no groups, I just want to do this on my own, you can get the full training without ever having to interact with anybody else if that's your thing. And it's the opposite if you need that support and you like group. So the essentials training is that training that you would want. You want to know how to do an installation. You want to know how to do, I'll go over each of them. Retightening and maintenance. Some people just want to do the retightening. You can create a viable business because most of your clients will be retightening and maintenance. Installs aren't. Yeah, it's great to have a few installs here in a month, but that's not the norm. Nor should it be. You're going to wear yourself out trying to do 2-day installations. That's not going to be the bulk of your money either. You look at the lifespan of one client, you're going to have one install and, generally a main install, and then you're going to have maintenance. That's going to make up your money 90%, and depending on how long the client stays with you. Right. So you can just actually just get that skill if that's what you're interested in. Certification only. We go over that. We have people that just want to just certify their existing skills. They don't, maybe it's more economical, makes more sense for them. I wanted that option. And Microloc Mastery extensions. It is geared towards people that have been through our main program because we are building on that foundation. All right. So a lot of people have questions about supplies. You don't need to buy another supply. When you pay and invest in our program, I designed it to be all inclusive of everything you would need. You don't have to spend another dime unless you want to. So that means the tools that I use, the tools we talk about, I've been talking about it in boot camps, the tool type is the tools that you will receive. You can use those tools, or if you're making great results using something slightly different, it's up to you. But I like my tools. I've went in and created it myself. I wasn't, inspired by a particular tool type. We talk about tool types and how they lock the hair. And I made it more efficient. And I took my pregnant self into a metalsmith studio in Brooklyn Metalworks. I love it. I just say that because it's memories over 10 years ago. And I sat and I looked at my fingers, looked at how I held the tool, looked at how I needed to move the tool through the hair, what size I felt it needed to be to do ultimate repair work. Because repair, I looked at what was the bigger things that people wanted anyway. So I have a tool set that I created in 2 different sizes because I understand that we want different sizes for different hair. Preparation, you'll go over these aspects in the training. You'll cover prevention, you'll cover installation, you go over retightening, repair, and grooming. All of that, every single thing is in the essentials course except consultation, because that is in the business builder. Not everybody wants to take the full training to have clients. And so there is a consultation module and everything in the business builder with forms and documents and service policies that have been reviewed by a lawyer that you can copy and paste your business onto, that I use to this day. Never had a legal issue, because when you do things right in your assessments, why the heck is it raining? Wow, the sun is bright. Sorry, this is weird, and it's pouring rain. And so I wanted to make sure that people have this professionalism even from the moment someone walks in for a consultation, right? And the steps that it takes, it really sets you up for the type of people that become your clients, for their expectations and the way they respect you and your work. I was surprised to hear some people didn't have proper consultations or service policy or an agreement on the service. And so when I see these court shows for hairdressers and clients, and it's just like, that could have been easily kind of remedied if there was something in place. And so we put the things in there. Then we go over maintenance, growth, group training. I'm gonna let my cat in. We have group training, live classes, ongoing support, dedicated communities. Actually, in fact, tonight there is at 7 p.m. There's the group coaching. There was 5 sessions. This is the 5th session for people that started in September. And I just got word from one of our coaches that at least 3 people they've been doing their thing, kicking butt. Like she said, their work is so good that we are probably going to be certifying them tonight. So that's just really great. They have the community space to get the support they need, and ebooks and templates and workbooks and documents. I put it all in there. I always meant to take this out. Oh, because you also have a free bonus session, 30 minutes. Take your mannequin, ask your questions, ask your business questions. You always have access to your training 24/7. You don't need to wait for me. You don't need to wait. You can 3 a.m, get on there and learn. Same thing with maintenance and self-retightening. You get access to your own version online. You get the mini supply kit. You get the tools. Retighten and repair, grooming are the modules you'll be going over, as well as maintenance tips, do's and don'ts, because retightening is not complete without learning how to repair and groom. If people want to be certified, I feel like people are going to come to you with, they can transfer clients. And so you want the very basic skills on how to repair, but also how in your retightening process, there's ways that you can prevent issues even in that space. So you'll learn all of that. And then we have the group training. When there's a lot more people, honestly, in the other training, but we do get at times chunks of people for just retightening. And so we can do a group training where you can have your own individual support. You can join our other classes, and then we have a dedicated community that you're a part of. And then certification only. Let me know if it's getting wordy, if I'm getting, long-winded. But certification only are those people who would like to certify their existing skills, right? You have current skills. It's a lot of people that have been doing this and they're like, listen, I want to be part of your network and get all the perks because a lot of people have gone through the Sister Lock program, and a lot of people go through the full program with us because they feel like there's information that they want to get that we're missing. But there's some people that were like, listen, this is more budget friendly for me not to have to pay for the whole program. I want to submit what I have, and I want to show, I think it's good enough to be in your endorsement network and go through the ongoing support that y'all offer. And so we do have people that have gone through the program, and I'm gonna show y'all some testimonies if we have time, of people who've gone through that program. So just like we're talking about certification, we go further. So remember I told you guys that there's like a 4-page document that has the certification criteria, like what we are looking for, that checklist that we check when we are looking at the work. We go over that together. You don't have to join these live sessions, but if you're like, you know what, I want to know, make sure before I submit that I'm submitting things that I need to. Then we'll assess what you've shown us. And a lot of times it's good, but I want to say something. So if I drowned y'all to sleep with my voice, I want y'all to wake up. There's something I want to say that's very important. So wake up, listen to this important disclaimer about this certification only program. I think I already made it public knowledge that showing a full head install of braids or twists do not demonstrate to our team or me that the methods that we use to maintain, to repair, to even create a lock with our interwoven pattern technique. So if that's submitted, we will automatically ask you to submit with an interwoven. We're not so particular about patterns and rotations if you are submitting great work that's using an interwoven lock technique. So because we'll go over in our training, our support that we give you in our program on how to repair and refine and things like that, as long as you're using the basis, what we're doing. But if you submit braids, we'll ask that. And so in the past, I have not made that clear enough. And I'm going to be quite honest, it really didn't sink in how pervasive it has been that people on a pro level were doing braids and twists, right? It wasn't sinking in. I was like, whoa, like this is the people have clients and they're not long-term. I don't see long-term results. I just see a lot of installs. And so I said, when I found out that a few people actually didn't know how to create an entire lock using an interwoven pattern, that's when I said, I need to make sure before people invest in this is a fraction. This is such a small, minute cost of the entire program. But still, I don't want you to spend it if you don't feel like you can either continue to go get the full training with us, or if it's going to make you upset. Most of the time people have gone through the program fine, but there's been a few people that were, we could tell. I'm sorry. Nubia, can you give me a tissue, please, out the bathroom? A tissue? And so, and a few years ago, a year or two ago, I think someone was so upset with me. Oh my goodness. And I was like, it's okay. Like, if you want to get more support, I told her the options, but I was like, I talk about good foundations and I can't send people to you and not know that you know how to do the foundation. So if you want some extra support, you always can get it with us or wherever you think you want to get it, and show us, that you can be in our endorsement network. We want to make sure people are on the same page with our mission, our philosophy, our background, our history, our extensive history, and the origins of microlocks before applying to this program. Okay. We do have live info and support sessions for people in this program. You can show your work. You can get critiqued. If you can do it individually, you don't have to be in a group session. And then you have access to all our other perks. So you can go in. So for instance, this week I have a curl and spiral demo training. I show a conditioning curl. So I told people how to combine this conditioning method and technique that I have with creating really beautiful, strong, flawless curls and spirals. It's just one thing I like to do. So we have technique trainings, we have business support trainings, and professionalism trainings. So that's one of the technique trainings. And so you can be a part of all of that for a fraction of the price through this program. I just want to say though, don't just submit mini braids or twists. I want to know that you know how to create the foundation standards of these locks on a pro level for this program. So people will send, install photos that they've already done. They'll show us things like the grid and they'll show us the ends. There's ways that you will submit it. We go over how to submit it so that we can see both in addition to the video, etc. And so in order to know if you're a good fit for this kind of program, we want to know that you're looking to professionally certify your Microloc skills to either start or grow your business. It's raining out. It's cold. You may have some experience, but you're looking to really level up through a credible training with long-term proven techniques and skills. You want confidence in knowing that your results will be top tier. We say the cream rises to the top. So if you belong at the top, come rise to the top and expand your network with us. You don't have to do it that you can do it many different ways. We want to know that you feel confident that you can easily maintain and repair nearly everyone's head that sits in your chair. You have the ability to do that. There should be, at some point, nothing that can stump you. If you go through everything that our program offers as far as training, we have advanced level repair. We have the extensions, which are about extending and repairing on a more advanced level. So there's all these techniques that there's no one that can sit in my chair, or whoever is highly skilled at repair, which will make you a great repair person. It adds value to your work. And if you value integrity, high quality work ethics, and professionalism. So we know not everyone fits in those categories, and that's fine. Just like you don't want every person to be your client that's not going to value your work or your investment. There are people that will drive and travel and fly to you because they know that you match up with the level of output that they want to be putting and investing into their hair, something like their hair, which goes with their appearance, which goes with their self-worth, which is a representation of them. So these are some of the extension. This is the extension 6-part curriculum. There's 6 classes a week apart. So this program is 6 weeks. The main program, the essentials program, can be done in as little as 4 weeks. Some people really push through and go fast, but you really have to do your forms to give your information so we can send your supplies. So if you're in an extensions program, we do the first class is making sure you have your supplies. We go over the training overview, what to expect, how we'll meet, how you log in, how you prepare the hair, the foundation, and creating the base for the hair. So these are adding on. If you came through Microloc Mastery program, it adds on to what we talk about when we are talking about our foundation and base, but it also shows you how to create the base for the extensions. So now when you get to class 2, you're understanding how to create it on loose hair. So you create a base for that. When class 3 is extending existing micro-size locks, but there's some things you may need to do for those existing locks. If people are coming to you and you have no idea where they're coming from and what people have been doing to their hair, how can you get that base that they're providing you with in the best possible condition so that you can then extend that? We don't just simply take care and cover up. You're going to have bumpy lumps. There's all types of things that should be done to get that base really well. And there's techniques that you learn even from the main program. But we talk about how to make it a seamless extension and stay. You don't want it to come out, and you also want it to blend in because they have their own hair texture. And for long term, these are long-term skills. They're not the quick faux lock. So that's where you can have more flexibility in hair types and stuff. The hair you buy and what you do, because you're going to take them out. But these are for permanent. So we want to really be exact on how we match it. Reattachment, their own lock, a lock you create, whatever. You're going to learn how to do that. Repair, advanced level repair, those locks that are hanging from a string, those locks that have a lot of damage, and refinement, how you can take these advanced skills and refine a lock. So sometimes the locks are like, ever seen a lock that's like, maybe it's really fuzzy, but it's also fat, skinny, weak in some areas, a lot of hair out at the end. Like it doesn't look like a like cylinder. It may look more uneven and a lot of different things. You'll be able to learn different things to do in each area of that lock. And sometimes it is adding more hair to reinforce and strengthen. Pre-making loose locks is another good thing. So you can pre-make and customize it to that person instead of ordering these some terrible quality bulk. I've seen people, I'm like, don't even give it to me because I've done enough trial and error over 15 years to know what not to do. And sometimes I see people doing those very things that I did 10 years ago. You don't want, or type of hair, or the way that we create it so that we can anchor it better. I can't really specific thing that we do so that when we anchor it onto the lock, it has a stronger hold. And so you're not going to just buy them sometimes like that. But there's people that have them really small, really, really teeny tiny. So even if you learn a skill, you should be able to learn to do it as small as you can, especially for sister locks. Work review is the last class, like we're doing today, certification with the group. We talk about pricing specific to extensions, ads, and referrals. This pricing tier is the highest pricing tier for the services that we provide. Even if you are only doing part of this with your clients, you may not be doing full extension, you may be taking some of these skills. And so you need to price accordingly. And how does that affect how you charge overall? Speaking of pricing, we have a pricing workshop next Monday, the 23rd at 7:00. The same time the new group should start there. But I might change the time, but we do pricing workshops for our main program as well. You're going to get all the tools that you get in all the main program, because you need a mannequin and you need to know how to do the main things, because after someone has extensions, you need to know how to maintain it as if it's their own hair. But you also get your extension hair locking supply toolkit, the specific type of hair. Not every kinky hair works well. And this is a hair that I've used that has been shown to hold, that's been shown to stay have the best results. And you'll get our tools, gift set, a whole bunch of things. You'll always have 24/7 access to your information, your training information, your worksheets, and you'll have a community at the bottom, the arrow, exclusive private community network and connect. Okay, so it's a question. Let me be sure I understand. If I want full scale certification, business, ethic, extensions, then I need to do 3 courses and the main course, the business and extension program. Right. So if you want, you have to, I would say, start the prerequisite for the extensions program would be, we prioritize people that have gone through our program, whether it's just been the essentials program without the business builder or not. But if you want the business support, the additional business support, some people don't necessarily want that, and they still can use a certification, create a business. But I would say the business builder comes with the directory listing, it comes with the documents, it comes with the consultation module, and a lot of times you can get that for free if you come in on a bonus. It's just a gem to drop real quick. And we always have the webinar has that bonus in there, and it is always and it's currently right now what I did for the workshop. If you attend the workshop, you'll have a link in your emails that come to you. But anyway, so that would be the best way to do it. If you want to do the most cost-effective way, I would say get that business builder bonus for free in any of the bonuses that you see promoted, and then you have the extensions course. Once you are certified in our program, the extensions course is 50% off. So the idea is that once we extend it outside of our network, people would have to apply and then go through the process. So the price point seems a lot higher, but ultimately it is half of that, especially if you go into the program. So the most economical way would be to get in on the bonus and then get your certification and apply for the extensions or enroll the process for the extensions program. Yeah, and then you would get the bonus. You would get that at the lowest cost because you're already a certified pro. But you don't do them at the same time. Don't do them at the same time. You would go through the main program first. Okay.
Microloc Mastery.
So that next video I was about to show was just our community we have. Let's see. We do have a Microloc Mastery has its own community off of social media. Yes, we have our own independent community full of members of our training program as well as our bootcamp. And we share information, hype each other up. Look at all these beautiful faces. Oh my goodness. This is a safe space for us to get together to continue and support our learning and education within the program. We also have different topics. So this particular circle goes with our boot camp, and this is where people uploaded their work. And we go live. We have different topics. You know what, y'all? This is so glitchy that I'm going to show y'all in real time what the platform looks like. Because when I play video, it struggles. Like, so I'll show y'all. I do plan to show you inside the program and answer some more frequently asked questions. One of the questions we get a lot. Well, let me see. Let me let this reception get a little better. Okay. One of the questions we get a lot is there a time limit? No, there is not a time limit. You need to complete the program. Most people sometimes want to do it as fast as they can, but then they find that life happens or they love that there's a cushion of time. So you just take the time you need. You just have to be sure that if you're going for too long, try to log in, at least log into your portal. So I'm going to show you. And at least try to, like, if there's any emails that are coming that require your response, you can answer them. Sometimes we may be trying to communicate with you. If you go completely off the map, it might be harder for you to know updates. People that have enrolled in the original program that we used to have on Teachable way back, our first program was on there. When we upgraded, we gave them, for everyone who originally was in the program, free access to the upgraded program as well. So there's people that have 2 platforms right now for free, with the second one for free. But if you didn't answer your emails, if you fell off the face of the earth, you may still not know that you have a whole other login in our main place where everything is happening. And I think a few people, like the very first people that enrolled way back, may not know, or you have to. So being connected helps you know all these extra perks and things that you're getting for free. So I would just say you don't have to have a time limit to do this, but just make sure that you stay active on the tech end so that you can get access to your tech, your course and all your things. What if you can't complete your mannequin head in time if you are with the group coaching? It's okay. Join with the next one. No, when you're in the program, when you enroll, you have unlimited access. We can do the group cohorts for the whole year. You can join. There's some people that have done several cycles of different groups, and that's fine. So you can always join. You get all the boot camps we've ever do for free. You get most of all the trainings and workshops we do for free, unless they're for certified pros only and you're not certified. For instance, the pricing workshop that we have coming up, the pricing workshop that we have coming up is for certified pros only. So there's certain things that are, let me get this bigger. Oh, hold on, y'all. I gotta remove this for a second, because this is not the right one. All right, so we have coming up tonight, we have a class that people can take who are in the program, who've been in the program forever, years ago. They can join in on this Essentials group coaching for certification. Then we have the Condition Curls and Spirals training and demo. That includes a workbook. That's this Thursday at 7. And then we have the pricing workshop that includes a workbook. That's for certified members only, and that's going to be next Monday at 7. So that's not for new people that are enrolled who didn't get certified. New people who enroll, if you enroll between now and then, you get to go right into that class next Monday at 7 o'clock. And that'll start your trainings. And then we have November's schedule that's about to come out, and November is going to include, I just wrote down some things. We have some other trainings that we have on coming down the pike for November. So let me show you when you log in what it looks like. That's a page. Lord, don't struggle. Okay. So you would always just go to our microlocmastery.com page and you can log in right there on the right tab. It will be your login. If you're an affiliate, you also can click, or you can sign up to be an affiliate. But you also have access to some things. Affiliates it's a free program for people who want to earn off of just sharing about our program. Once you log in, you have access to whatever trainings that you're enrolled in. And so I have like every program that I'm in on here. Certified pros have their own hub. And so let's talk about the main program first, the essentials training. This is the fundamental information necessary. Once you log in, you have a dashboard and we have step-by-step instructions, but we have to make sure the live sessions are where we do our live sessions. When you log in, you actually have this, but if you register, I'll show you our community next, which is another page. You get reminders. Actually, this is not in our community. This is going to be in our own thing here. So it takes you, it's not going to take me because my camera is used for the streaming service. So let me go ahead and get out of here. And all of the recordings for our live sessions are here as well. So I can show you a little bit. Let me get back. Live session. So yeah, welcome. Give me a second. Installation, retightening, subsectioning, completing your mannequin, maintenance and tips, combining, splitting. So here's our group coaching recordings back here. I might put them in the front. I thought I had them in the front. But once you, you're like, I missed it. Shoot, these are July, these are August and September. And then we have last Monday's recording. So now we're going to put what our recording from tonight. And so you can go in and you can go ahead and check out what it looks like when we are doing our group calls. We are reviewing the step-by-step walkthrough of the program in this manner. You don't have to do these. Like you may not have the time. You may not be able to make it. You may have something come up. So you can always log in here and you can review.
Should be good to go.
Replays. Will be a walk.
It's just a rough patch. This is where it's going to actually be parted.
I put it on mute because I can't hear it. I thought she showed some of there's on the screen. So let's go back to the training. And I love how like everybody's just so seriously watching and listening. When you start, you will get your welcome, right? We go over the Microloc Mastery method. We go over, this was our September training. So since we're ending our September, I'll go ahead and put in our October training syllabus where we go over what we are going to cover as a group, right? You don't have to, again, attend that. You can do this on your own. You can say, I'm not really with the group thing, whatever. I don't care. So let me go in and let me start. We talk about your supplies and your tool. We talk about how to get into the Microloc Mastery community, and you get in a community and you'll see a whole other, where's the link? I think I got to fix that link on there. Here. This is where we have our main, like our main meetings, our member meetings, where we do our boot camps. We also have an app. So if you are on the go, you can just use your phone. This was our boot camp. You can introduce yourself. There's some people that joined in. When you join these challenges, we do have prizes, especially the boot camps. You can find out what meetups are happening. We can go right into the live room together now. You can see all the recordings from things that we've done. So if you join in on a trial basis from the VIP, the $47, you can now go look at conditioning methods. You can go look at some of our trainings now included during your access. You can even look at the boot camps. I didn't tell y'all that either. We have an old past boot camp. So you actually getting like hundreds of dollars worth for $47 if you want to test out our community. But we have 15 people that RSVP for tonight. And so when they join, they can either you RSVP, you'll get all the emails, or you can join in right from here. And then we have circles. So we communicate through here. People in the boot camp love to do their updates here as well in the boot camp challenge, because it's how they win their prizes. Wait, this is not the one. Wait, is it? I think this is my updates. It's moving slow. My goodness. Okay. So certification circles. Everything's moving slow. Let me go ahead and back out of here and see how y'all are doing on this end. No questions. Okay. Some people will submit their work in here. So just in case, like, you can't, we have uploads right in the modules. You can upload your work directly in the course. But sometimes you want like real-time support. For privacy, I'm not gonna show everybody's stuff, because I don't want everyone to feel like this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open this up in another tab. My computer is moving slow. So I'm gonna go ahead and just gotta be patient. I'm gonna start wrapping this up. I definitely like to share that while this is doing whatever it's doing. It's not really letting me. Yeah, I just wanted to show you on the back end. Even if you're an affiliate, when you log in, you're going to be in the same space. You're just going to have whatever program you're in show up. So we also have live replays from our other trainings. Before we had the community, we did Zoom. We've done client-based like trainings out. So people who are in a business builder, there's a ton of replays on here as well. So you don't have to show up live ever. So we've had some other trainings from last year on here. We started using like preventing lock buildup, basic styling microlocks, which the VIPs are getting for free for 30 days as well. We had some coaching calls, how to handle an unsatisfied client, posting content, new student intro call. We had some replays here, our licensing agreements, Microloc extension, program enrollment, Microloc directory. So we call meetings, and we put the recordings here as well. But now they're primarily in that community that you've seen. Additionally, we have the Microloc directory. This is also a part of helping grow your business through marketing, through affiliation, and a place for people to look for people who have been certified, who are actively taking clients. So anyone with this stamp, know that they've been certified. Active members use this stamp of approval to basically say they've demonstrated and adhere to long-term industry proven standards. So when we send you there, hopefully you can reassure that you're not going to get some of the unprofessional, low quality, like things that people are kind of experimenting with. You're not going to get that from these pros. So if you want specific things though, do they do Microloc, lockery attachment, or extensions? You can click on any one of these kind of categories, or you can just see what listings are featured. It'll pull up near you usually, or it'll pull up, it depends on if you have it enabled, where we can pull up where you are, and you can kind of go through and see where people are, who's what. So let me find Rena, her profile. Once you're certified, you get access to this for free for an entire year. And if you decide you want to keep using these platforms, especially as we start to continue to build it out, you can She doesn't have her listing is in full. Let me try Frida. You would pay something, you would pay $35 a month for the whole membership, not just this, all the continued coaching classes and trainings, all the continued perks and 50% off the extensions. Like, you would be in our network. And so now I see the categories that Frida knows what to do. I can look at her gallery here. I can see where she's located. I can see her description. Sometimes people have their social media. She has a Facebook. Sometimes people have any social media network you want. You can even put video on here. So we're upgrading this system to have even more functionality. I'm excited about that. But right now, she said she can send that link or not. But when I send people to this Microloc directory, if you're on here, people will find you. It's kind of like a little, and then you could connect it to your other platforms. But I wanted to make it in an easy way for people to find people. And where you are, we're going to change some of these tabs where you can actually see who has been certified that may not have a full page, because there's a lot of people that are certified that don't have listings. So you may be able to say, oh, okay, so-and-so is on here. Excuse me. Or there are people that were in your area. People do need to recertify to maintain membership access to this platform. So there are some people. And if we don't know what people have been doing for 2 or 3 years, there are people that have taken our training, I'm going to be honest, and then they decide they want to do braids and stuff and experiment because they were former DIYers. And so I guess in a sense, it's not someone that we would endorse to send you to. So people have a choice and say, you know what, I want to go ahead and try those things. But the people on here we're going to refer you. They're not going to give you, these are some of Frida's pictures. They're going to give you a certain level of, that's kind of dark. I can't see that one. It looks like extensions. Ooh. And so she just showed some of her work, some of her extensions. She is Microloc Mastery Extension certified. And so she shows, you can always update, change your photos as you get more and more clients and your skills improve. Okay. These are real photos. I lost y'all, huh? Okay. All right, y'all. So, I felt like I was rambling. I wasn't looking at who's watching. I know I'm over time. If you have any questions, I probably need to end it because I did make it really long. But what I do want to say is the steps to being this process. Once you enroll, make sure that you fill out your paperwork and that you get yourself started with your supplies. Go through the program, take advantage of everything because you're going to have free access for a minute. After you've made the initial investment, you don't have to pay another dime, and then you get certified. You don't have to pay another dime for another year. And then even then, the membership fees are to maintain the databases and the ads, $35. We'd hope that would be less than an hourly rate that you charge for a client. We'd hope that you would see that as an investment to help keep things running on the tech end, and that the return, because a lot of classes we have would be more than $35. So we would hope that you would see that and stay in our network so that we can continue to endorse you. After you do that, explore. There's also an affiliate program that we have. So that's a free program. The link for that. It's microlocmasteryaffiliate.com. If you are like, you know what, I'm not really ready. I don't know. I want to stay connected. I really support this. I want to get paid off of sharing about this program. Then that's a good program for people because people make off of one person signing up $200. We give you 10 to 20% for your link. We don't ask you to sell. You don't have to do any of that. If you're already sharing, you're already in groups, you see people's stuff, you're like, whoa. Some people are like, or people ask them, hey, you know any program? You can be like, yeah, and send them your link. And then when they book, I'm going to write it down here for you. I had to create a new link. When they book, they are going to your your link. So that would be Microloc Mastery Affiliate.com. And I just also wanted to tell people about that. So if people are ready to enroll, and there a lot of questions come up about payment plans. We have Afterpay, Affirm, Elective. Hold on, I have all of them listed. We have so many payment plans options for people. If you are ever interested in a payment plan, I understand that is a lot of questions people have about have that as well. And we'll do a holiday giveaway if you want to wait until around the time of the holiday. Okay, we have Afterpay, Affirm, Elective. Cash App Pay is not a payment plan, but it's another way to pay. We have Stripe, a few things. So if you were ever interested, but if you're an affiliate, if you have a PayPal account, I think right now they use PayPal, you enter your PayPal email, and then whenever someone uses your link, you just get automatic payments. You don't have to do anything. This is great for people who have a platform talking about here. A lot of people have been sharing. Thank you. A lot of people have been sharing the links. A lot of people have been, I've seen just resharing stuff. So imagine if you just shared something with Microloc Mastery and it had your link on it, and they're like, okay, and any discounts or anything, they get that as well. So you would get paid off of that. And that's what I wanted to share about that. Okay. As I get ready to close towards ending, is there any questions anyone may have? Because I know there was a question about the courses. And I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all are in the VIP from the 3-day train that we had last week, was it last week? Yeah. You have a bonus, a time sensitive bonus in there as well. Why she always have to get up in my video in my background? Sheba, move. I want to go ahead and show you some more slides that somebody was. Oh, if this cooperates with me, it's not so glitchy. It's glitchy. Don't be glitchy. Okay. I want to welcome. We do have a new student that I'm aware of. I don't know if there's any checked, but I definitely want to welcome people who are in the VIP program as well, because now you are a part of our family on the other end, so you can stay with us for a little while in our community. So there's some people that are Microloc Mastery certified. Javon is, it's not going on the screen. We have a lot of sister locticians and people who've taken the course. So, we always say you can take both. There's no either or. Let's stop the divisiveness. But I will say, especially now, I'm speaking out more since being on a panel with Joanne. And I always have to say, since her comment about Microloc being a bootleg version, we are not. Absolutely, I wanted to make things an upgrade, especially based on the problems that were pervasive and information I felt people needed. So I like when people feel they can get value from this program as well. So you don't have to feel like you have to make a decision about sister locks or not. But I do want to say, if you're coming through Microloc Mastery and Microloc Mastery certified, people will be funneled to you if you are a certified pro looking for a business, who will expect the level of standards that we talk about. So, but people have a lot of freedom in how they run their business. So she said that she felt that this helped. She learned beyond what she was learning in Sister Locks. And she was also, a lot of people become interested in the Microloc Mastery Extensions course, because I don't want people to invest in things that are, I don't want people to experiment on a big ticket service like this. I want you to feel like this has been something that has been done to give this kind of result. And if you're doing temporary things, it's a little different, because we don't do temporary extensions. So, I'm only speaking for the permanent, the ones that people may want for permanent. And so the biggest thing people say is that they feel like there's encouragement and positive feedback. Feedback is key. The community is key. And I think that's what really helps a lot of people when you need it. It's like whenever you need it. You may not need it until you feel like you need it. You might, oh my gosh, I've been working now and I'm starting to see things, that I would love to go to my community for. And so she and we all recommend, if you are serious about learning Microlock, like serious, not a watered down or regurgitated, informed explanation of Microlocks, but learning about how to really, really get them to be micro and beautiful for a long term. She recommends, and I like how she recommends Microloc Mastery. And so there's a few people that share the results. So I'm gonna see if this video can play from Nia. And in the meantime, oh yeah, this will be recorded. Yeah, I'm actually I don't know if this video is gonna play because my comments are taking so long to show up. Hi Keisha. Yeah, don't no worries because I'm way over time. I started at 3:30 and it's 5 almost. So actually I'm gonna actually stop. And then when I'm done, you can watch the replay. Give me a second here. Yeah, apologize. Yeah, because it's moving slow, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show y'all videos. God, Reed, this thing is slow. Yes. All right. I think I covered every major point that I wanted to cover tonight. Oh yeah, so in like 2 hours. Whoo! I can't wait. I can't wait to see who is gonna be certified tonight. We have a certification team, and I wanted to show y'all. Frida and Tosha are the people you'll see a lot of if you do the group coaching. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with these slides because the reception is terrible right now. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're watching a replay, put replay. If you have any questions, add the questions on the end of this. And I look forward. Sheba, yeah. Sheba, she a black dog? Because this is my girl. She's probably laying up under me. Sometimes she lays right here on the heater. It's hot though, so she's not on there. Yeah, and she just likes to be in my videos. But yeah. I look forward to seeing y'all. I have way more information we're going to go over. And on Mondays, I make the best attempt I can to go live and try to give y'all some more pieces of information. But let me know what you want to hear. Let me know if you have questions. Okay. All right. My daughter needs me. She just got her ears pierced. I would have her say hi, but it will knock over everything. And she wants me to rotate her earrings and clean them. So we see her hair model. You'll hopefully see her with some cute earrings. And she's 10 years old yesterday. Okay. Bye, everybody. Have a great Monday. All right.